Hello there, and you're very welcome to another episode of the Arkham Avengers FFPL podcast. You join me, the host, along with Eamon, Hector, and Captain Fantastical Mick, where we take a look to see how the managers in this league are getting on for the season. However, we'll also be talking about much more. So kick back, stay tuned, and enjoy. Thanks for joining us on today's show. As usual, I am joined by Eamon, Hector, and Captain Fantastical Mick. Gentlemen, nice to have you back again. Another week, another show.
Yeah, it's nice to be back. And I have to say, it's probably been a strange week. You know, Queen Elizabeth II, a funeral taking place on Monday. It was a grand gesture, a tribute to her. And I watched a whole lot of it. Went on for hours. Didn't really do anything else. Couldn't do anything else.
Hector, did you partake in viewing the funeral? I watched the funeral. Although I had to go out, and when I came back in, it was still on, and lots of those military uniforms. I never see so many military uniforms before. The guys, the sailors, pulling the gun carriage. I will not forget it. Eamon, what did you make of it?
Some people probably would say it was a lot of pomp at this. However, I would have to say it was very dignified. I think that it was a mark of respect shown to a monarch. And some people don't have to like her. Some people do like her. And I think it was about saying goodbye to Queen Elizabeth II. It was a fitting tribute. It was solemn, respectful. It was dignified. And many came out to pay their respects. Whether you were interested in it or not, I think it probably was an event we may never see the likes of again, for the outpouring of affection and grief at the same time, and love for this lady. And she's gone to rest now, and we're moving on to the reign of King Charles III. And it won't be an easy transition for him, and he also has a lot of work to do. I think at this time he probably will be looking for maybe a little rest, a break. It's been a very busy number of days, and it's emotionally draining as well.
Now, a quick question, Hector. You weren't over in Mayo, over Downpatrick Head, by any chance getting caught up in a cave? This is sometimes your sort of thing, Hector.
No, I'm sorry. I was in no cave. I do not like the caves. Instead, I was listening to choir practice the weekend.
Ah, choir practice. Are you taking up singing?
I think, seeing as he didn't get much of a chance to get dancing at the wedding that other weekend, I'd say probably maybe it's better luck singing.
And hopefully he's just singing in the shower where none of us are going to have to hear him or listen to him.
No, look here, last week, after the announcement that you said about the Moydow Choir and them singing the song of praise, I thought to myself, I listen to them, see what they're like. I listen to them practicing, and boy, they can sing. And they have a piano, they have guitars, tin whistles, they've got the tambourine, and they've got shaky shakers.
Shaky shakers? What's the shaky shakers?
I don't know, they shake him up and down.
And it's probably rice or something, is it, in those? I've seen those, yes, shakers.
I'm not familiar with those.
And my question here is, have you been asked to join this choir?
No, they have enough. I listened to them. I think I want to put on a good show.
So you weren't in a cave, we've established that.
No, it wasn't me. No, I was in no cave. I actually thought it could have been Eamon and Mick who have been in the cave.
Hold on a second, no chance of that. I'm not going into any cave with Mick.
I speak for yourself, Eamon. I wouldn't be going into any cave with you either.
Yes, because you don't know your left from your right and you keep getting lost.
Are we still going to have this every week? I mean, honestly, host, every week I've been on this show and he's going on about left and right. You know what, Eamon? I've explained everything before. Can we move on?
Sure, we can move on, but it still doesn't take away from the fact I wouldn't be going into any cave. No, it wasn't me. I wasn't there. So, and I hope that the person is recovering well. And I think there was two other people who were rescued also. So we hope they're recovering. And the rescue teams who took part, a great applause to be given to them, high praise. They risked their lives. And they're not all professionals. Some of them are volunteers. So we have to give admiration there for what they've done.
Very good. Okay. Well, Hector, you might keep us updated on this choir since you're in with them.
Yeah, no problem. I can do this. I will be back down to hear them practice. And I think I cannot see if there was any tickets for the show on Saturday, but I think I go down and see what's going on there.
Moving along to our next segment.
And this has to do with the football, folks. Now, game week 8 took place over the weekend, and we're going to have a look to see how the league table is looking, how our managers got on. We don't have football next weekend because UEFA Nations League is coming up. So there's going to be no Premier League football. We have no football next weekend. Eamon, Hector, Mick, you might give a thought as to what we might discuss or do for next week's show. Is that okay? Can I leave that with you?
That's perfectly fine. I'm putting it here on the table. We're not going to be having a movie night. And I think we've had enough movie nights for a while.
But I thought we were going to watch what's his name? The Waking the Divine fella.
Oh, Waking the Divine, yeah, I've forgotten about that. Eamon, you can't knock that.
No, we're not watching that. I'm sure we'll find something else to talk about. Maybe cricket.
Are you back to the cricket again, Eamon? What's your fascination with cricket at the moment?
I just think we can talk about that rather than having a movie night. Much easier.
Okay, well, look, we'll have a think, lads, and come back to me, okay? Okay, so we're going to take a look at the league table here. Eamon, do you want to start us off here and talk to us? Who's at the top of the table?
At the top of the table this week is Taiega, and they're up to first place from previous position of third. They got 58 points. They did have 3 transfers and lost 4 points. But they brought in Trippier for 5 points. Alexander-Arnold, of course, wasn't playing. He went out. Kulusevski came in for 5 points, and he put Salah out, who wasn't playing either. And Kane came in and got 10 points, and Archer went out, and he had no points. The captain, of course, was Haaland, who got 12 points. Jesus picked up 6. Kane had 10 points. Martinelli was there with 3 points. Andreas had 1 point. Kulusevski had the 5, as I said. Henry had 1 point. Cancelo had the 9 points. Trippier, of course, had 5. And Walker didn't play. The goalkeeper, Ramsdale, got 6 points. All in all, look, because so many matches were postponed, it's an average enough result. It's not too bad. Wise transfers. Not too sure, though, about the -4 hit. Was it needed? But at the moment, won't be concerned about that. They're top of the table at the moment there.
Okay, all right. And then second place?
Down to second place. Last week's number 1 is the spoofer himself, Arkham Avengers. 46 points, 1 transfer. Paquita came in, got him 2 points, and he's put Rashford out, who wasn't playing. Haaland was the captain for 12 points. Tony was there with 2. Jesus had 6. Gundogan managed 1 point. De Silva had 2 points. Martinelli had the 3. Paqueta had the 2 points. Cancelo had 9 points. Nico Williams had 1. Gabriel had 6 points. And the goalkeeper, Raya, had 2 points. Certainly won't be happy with losing first place. Not so quick. And I wouldn't be surprised if the spoofer decides to try and do something drastic to try and regain top spot. Certainly, they could take a major hit. They're capable of doing anything. But second place, not too bad for the spoofer.
And third place then, Eamon?
Third place then, down to third from last week's second place is the Raglan Road, who had 46 points. They had no transfers this week. They had Haaland as the captain for 12 points. Jesus had 6. Asuk got 2 points. Bernardo picked up 6 points. Trippier had 5. Cancelo had the 9 points. They had Gabriel for 6 points. And they had no goalkeeper. And Salah was on the pitch, who wasn't playing, along with Odegaard and Cash, who were both injured. I think that this manager has slipped up. There's no transfers. They certainly didn't keep their eye on the ball. It's not good. They should have at least had some sense of putting a transfer in. Didn't do it. Not paying attention. Have got caught out.
And then fourth place, Eamon?
Fourth place is Lafayette Lions. And they're up to fourth from last week's number 9. There's a big jump here for this team. They got 75 points. They had 1 transfer. Goalkeeper Pope was brought in for 2 points. Mendy was put out. He wasn't playing, of course. They also had Haaland as the captain for 12 points. Mitrovic was there with 2. Kane had 10 points. De Bruyne had 10 points. Martinelli had 3 points. Højbjerg picked up 5. And Cancelo for 9 points. Nico Williams had 1. Salah got 15 points. Patterson had 6 points. And their goalkeeper, as I said, had 2 points. The subs bench worked really well here for them this week. Showing good form. It's a good jump. Dedicated. They're focused. They are moving in the right direction. It's a good result. And it just shows the pedigree from last year that they're showing this year.
Thank you, Eamon, for that. Hector, would you like to talk about fifth place for me? Well, in fifth place is no change. They were fifth last week. They are fifth this week. The good, the bad, and the goalie with 58 points. They had 1 transfer. They brought in the Dyer and he got 7 points, and they put the Walker out. He no play. They also had Haaland as the captain for 12 points. Jesus got 6. Mitrovic had 2. Martinelli had 3. Andres had the 1. De Silva had 2. Nico Williams had 1. Dyer had the 7 points. Cancelo had the 9. Salaba had 15. Their goalkeeper didn't get them any points. It's not a bad result, like 58 points, very good, keep them going, but they won't be happy. They're stuck there, so they're in 5th place and not moving, but they're holding firm. That is a very important thing. And then in 6th place, well, down to 6th from last week's 4th, Wahab Yuhi 99, 48 points, no transfer. Captain was Haaland with 12 points, Jesus had 6, Tony 2, Longstaff 1, Cancelo the 9 point, Salaba had 15, Johnny had the 1 point, the goalkeeper Henderson had 2. The problem here is that they had Salah, Luis Diaz, and Odegaard on the pitch. None of those guys were playing there, and not a very good result.
Can I just interject here for a moment?
Yes, Eamon.
No transfers, no good. Starting to slip. We're seeing old form sliding in here with What a Beauty 99. The manager who looked like they were going to turn this around, but old habits are slipping in, and I think it's the slippery slide for this guy. Sorry, just had to say this.
Okay, that's fine. Hector, continue on and talk about 7th place. Down to 7th from last week 6 is Glishbait, 41 points. They had no transfer either. Captain was Jesus, 12 points. Tony had 2 points. Kane had 10. Almiron had 2 points. Cancelo had 9. Nico Williams had 1. Trippier had 5 points. Goalkeeper, Ward, no points. And Salah, Rodrigo, who's injured, and St. Maximin, who's also injured. Those 3 players are all on the pitch now. The only thing that has saved this manager is that they had some subs. But other than that, could be doing better. Should be doing better.
Sorry, can I come through on this one again?
Yes, Eamon, what is it?
I had to just add here, and this is a manager who took off like a rocket at the start of this season. I mean, they surprised a whole lot of us. Again, I thought this guy has turned this season around. They're focused in on this, and they're really concentrated. They're going for this. Now they're in free fall. And I mean, I don't think they're going to do anything to stop it. It's just shambles. Shambles from the start to finish with this team. Shambles job. Sorry, I just had to come in there with that.
Thank you, Eamon. Hector, would you like to talk about 8th place here for me, please? Yeah, okay. Let's hope this one go all right. 8th place, no move either. Gambai High Cancelo, 59 points, 6 transfers, lost 16 points. Ouch, that's a lot of points to lose. Yeah, a lot of points to lose. Talk to who came in and who went out. Well, the goalkeeper Pope came in, he got 2 points. The goalkeeper Rea went out, he got 2 points. The Kane came in, he got 10 points. The Jesus went out, he got 6 points. Haaland came in with 6 points. Tony went out with 2 points. Bowen came in with 2 points, and Salah went out, he no play. The captain was Kane, he got 20 points. Haaland had the 6 points. Mitrovic had the 2 points. Bowen had the 2 points. Martinelli had the 3 points. Andres had the 1 point. Perisic had the 2 points. Cancelo had the 9. Trippier had the 5. Digne had the 7. And as I said, the goalkeeper, Pope, the 2 points.
Can I just add in here on this, just very briefly?
Yes, Eamon, what is it now?
Well, I have to say, I think minus 16 in Gameweek 8 is an awful lot of points to lose. This is Booferland here, losing that amount of points. And the goalkeeper transfers didn't work out. Like Pope had 2 points, Ray had the 2 points. It's cancelled each other out, so they're losing points there. It is very easy to think that you can just switch the players around, lose a few points, make a few points. They got 59 points. They'll be happy enough that it didn't turn into a mishmash, and they could be setting themselves up to go for an attack on the top 3 positions. With this, we'll have to wait and see what's happening, but I still think it was a bold move. Has it paid off? Time will tell.
Nothing else to add, have you?
No, I have nothing else. Thank you. Nothing else.
Well, that makes a change. I thought you were going to have something else to say.
No, I have nothing else to say. If I have, sorry, I just felt I had to come in there and say it.
Okay. Captain Fantastical, Mick. You're sitting quietly there in the corner.
That's me all the time, isn't it? I just sit here and listen to these two at it. I don't have to do anything. They put their own feet into their own mouths, and that's it.
Sorry, well, I had no fun, man.
Anyways, what is it you like to talk to me about?
Oh, do you want to talk about 9th place there?
Down to 9th. Last week 7. Real, no star. 40 points. They had no transfers. They had captain as the Salah, who wasn't even playing. And their vice captain was Haaland, whom they managed to pick up 12 points. Jesus was 6 points. Martinelli had the 3. De Bruyne had 2 points. Walker Peters got 2. Nico Williams got 1. And the goalkeeper Edison got 6 points. I think this manager's clearly forgotten that he's got to manage the team. He needs to keep an eye on his players. He needs to be active. And I think he's forgotten about this.
In 10th place then?
Well, 10th place, there's no change here. It's maximum effort, 43 points. No transfers either. The captain was Jesus for 12 points. They had Haaland for 6. De Bruyne was there with 10 points. Bruno Gomes was there with 2 points. Marquinhos was there with 1. Diaz at 6. And the goalkeeper Ramsdale at 6 points as well. This manager had Botman, Robinson, St. Maximin, and Luis Diaz. They were all on the pitch and not one of them playing. There's no effort being made by this manager. No consideration for what he needs to be doing. Not moving anywhere. He stalled. That's what's happened. The manager's just stalled. He needs to regather himself. Have a look at what he wants to do. Have a look at what he wants to achieve. Start acting on it. Acting on it now.
Talk to us about 11th place then as well. Who's in 11th?
11th hasn't moved either. Best season ever. 58 points. Did 2 transfers. Trippier came in, we got 5 points. And Dunk went out, but he wasn't playing. Mitrovic came in for 2 points, and Firmino went out, but he wasn't playing either. Haaland was the captain for 12 points. Jesus got 6. Mitrovic got 2 points. Bernardo got 6 points. Foden had 8. Trippier, as we said, got the 5 points. Salah had 15. Pulisic had 2 points, and Henderson, the goalkeeper, 2 points. Odegaard and Luis Diaz are on the pitch, but they're not playing there. They haven't moved, but thankfully, Real no stars and maximum effort aren't doing anything. And this manager is going to catch up. Now, I don't think it's the best season ever, I have to say, but you're going to make ground up on those 2 guys. And I'd say in the next 2 game weeks, they'll be out of 11th and they'll be in the top 10. That's my prediction.
Thanks for that, Mick. Thank you. And Hector, do you want to talk to us about the team in 10th place? In 10th place, no move either. The Blightsome squad with 54 points. They had no transfer. They had Haaland as the captain for 12 points. Jesus was there with 6 points. Mitrovic 2. Andreas had 1 point. Xhaka had the 5 points. Fornals the 2. Salah had 15. Cancelo had 9. And the goalkeeper, Pope, had 2 points. And they had Struik and Salah who were on the pitch who weren't playing. I think that a good result for them. They got 54 points. I think maybe though they might have missed the trick with no transfer. Maybe if they do their transfer, they could have put pressure on 11th place and 10th place. Close the gap. Try and squeeze in there. But no transfer. Could be costly. Eamon, talk to us about the team in 13th place.
Well, again, this team hasn't moved. Surprise, surprise. Better idea. 22-23. 33 points. Didn't have a transfer. They had captain Salah, who wasn't playing for a start. And James, Sanchez, Walker were also on the pitch and none of them were playing. The vice-captain, thankfully, was De Bruyne. It's 20 points. Højbjerg got 5. Ward-Prowse got 1. Andres got 1. Moore got 1 point. Ings got 1 point. And Tony got 2 points. And the goalkeeper, Fabianski, got 2 points there. Clearly, whatever about them thinking that it's a better idea, they have no idea here. It looks like their mind is elsewhere. They're possibly maybe busy with something and have not dedicated enough time to their team, to their season. They are in trouble from what I can see, and it's probably not the best idea that they've had.
Okay. And while you're talking there, do you want to talk about the team in 14th place?
I will indeed, yes. 14 places, Silver Stroke, 49 points. No transfers though. Again, they also had Salah as the captain who wasn't playing. And Zinchenko, Mount, Greenwood were all on the pitch. And again, none of them playing. The vice-captain was Haaland, who got 12 points. Mitrovic had 2 points. Kulusevski had the 5 points. Saka had 9 points. Cancelo had 9 points. White had 6 points. And the goalkeeper, Edison, had 6 points. It's a decent result considering that they didn't have any transfers and there's 4 players there who weren't doing anything. They picked up some nice points. They closed the gap on better idea. Won't be too long, I'd say. Give it maybe 2 or 3 game weeks. I would say that Silverstroke, who came in afterwards, will overtake that guy there.
All right. And that's our team there at the moment. So you're not impressed with some of them?
No, I'm not impressed here.
Okay, Eamon, you're going to take the lead on this? Of course he is. I can get a word in anywhere, even when I was talking here. But
sorry, listen. Look, I will We can open the floor up here. Yeah, I'm not impressed. Better idea is has no idea. As I said, they're for the chop. Maximum effort, real no stars, cliché. What a beauty, 99. Each of them are just faltering. They're fading already. They're starting to fall out of the pack here. Raglan needs to tune in and refocus. Hector?
Well, what can I say? He talk about all the teams I want to talk about. I think that Raglan slip up with no transfers. No more than Brighton Squad, no more than Silver Stroke. I do think, though, yes, the what have you E99, the Glitchbait, Real No Stars, the maximum effort, I think, yeah, they are not 100% in match. Not 100% and out the way. So maybe the break will help them.
And Mick, would you have anything to add to that?
Well, there's not much more I can say. I do think that Canberra Cancello lost 16 points. But as Eamon and Hector were saying, they look like they're trying to build themselves into a position. It's like getting the pieces, like chess, getting the pieces in together, in place for the punt.
Okay, thank you very much for all of that, for the input there. As I said earlier on, there's no football on this weekend. Game week 9 isn't until Saturday, the 1st of October. There's something here the managers would need to consider, and this is that Man City have a blank game week in game week 12. They don't play, and Arsenal are not playing there. Your managers need to ship out some of these players.
Well, I think that maybe, they need to see who they need to keep and keep in, because it's all right shipping the players out, but, price go up, price go down. Do you kick out all the team? I don't know. What would you think there?
Well, I think for a start, there'd be a bit of soul searching to go on here. Do they sell? Do they bench the players? How many players have they got? I mean, some of these teams have got 3 players from Arsenal, 3 players from Man City. So that's 6 players. It's a lot of players there. Maybe go for a free hit. But the managers have time to think about this here.
So basically what you're saying here, lads, is, and Mick, I see you're nodding there in the corner.
That's right, I'm nodding. The lads are talking sense for once.
Okay. It's the sage in the corner here. You're not John Giles,
I don't have to be John Giles. I'm just listening there.
All right, so lads, basically what you're saying is don't jump too soon. Weigh up the game weeks that'll be coming after game week 12. Is that right? Yes, that's it. That's very good, Alec.
All right, okay. That's the football side done. And moving on. Eamon.
Yes.
Do you have anything for us? Any Eamon tackles this week?
No, I don't have any Eamon's tackles this week. I thought that the week that I was in at the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II, that it wasn't appropriate that I would go tackling anybody. However, I will be back the next time tackling an issue. So don't worry about that, folks. I will be back.
Okay. And Hector, should I even risk asking about your theology and psychology of football transfers?
Well, like the Eamon say, I know speak on this today. I too want to, not talk about it this week with the funeral taking place, and that there.
I have to say, I don't think there's anything else to say on this subject.
Listen, don't encourage him. He can come up with any sort of guff. Yes, I can.
I can't come up with guff. I say I would be always measured in how I would approach this and say this. You guys, you're making mountain out of a big coal mine and stuff like that.
A mountain out of a coal? What? Where did you get that saying out?
Hector, you have to think about how you're saying these things. People are going to get confused.
There's no confusion on my part. I know as I see it, I know what I'm saying.
You could see it, but we don't know what you're saying. Frankly, I don't know what you're saying either half the time.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's it. Well, look, we look forward to Eamon tackles and to the segment from Hector in the coming episodes. Now, Hector, no word from Fred this week, and it looks like that you're going to have to sort out your own transportation to get this barbecue wood yourself, unless Fred gets in touch.
That's typical, the Fred, he says when you get the wood from Texas, but he no follow up to say how he gets it, It's just typical.
It's a bit like something like you do, Saddies. You start something and not finish it.
Hey man, I always finish what I start.
And now, I could go on about a few things, but I think our show is coming to an end.
Okay, Hector, are we back on the shout-outs?
Yes, I have the shout-outs here. It's the segment of the show that all the listeners like. It's Hector's Hello.
What?
What's this? Hector's Hello?
I'm sorry, what is this? Where did this Hector's Hello come out of?
That's what I want to call it. The shout out is Hector's Hellos.
This is unbelievable. we had a talk about this, didn't we, not last night?
We certainly did have a talk, and there was never no mention about Hector's hellos. This is the first I've heard of this. Okay, I suppose we better run with it, but look, keep it short.
No worries. Okay. Hello, listeners. It's Hector's hellos. And then this week, I want to give a big shout out to people here on my list. Firstly, we're going to Sydney, New South Wales. G'day.
Seriously.
Hector, come on. Sorry. I couldn't, but I had to put in that. Sorry. Next, we're going to Germany, Frankfurt on Main, and Bavaria, Mumbai. We, of course, go to the United Kingdom. We have Dublin, Longford, Port Arlington, County Laois. We have to visit our listeners in Cavan. Hope they're all well. And in Slane, County Meath. Very good. A good place for concerts, I hear. We have Missouri, California, Amsterdam, France. We also have Pennsylvania. Our listeners in Johannesburg are listening to us. Hope they're all well down there. We have Ballyhonus. High five to Michael Cummins. We have New York. Hector, can we wrap this up, please? Sorry. I just have Timor. Get on with it. Cork, Reykjavik, and our listeners in Tokyo, in Japan. Hope they're all keeping safe. I know big storm over there. That's it. Hector's hellos will be back next week.
Fan, do you know something? Listening to him, it's like somebody going to a telephone book.
Well, Mick, if you find a telephone book, be sure to throw it at Hector here. Might knock some sense into him.
I only just give it a shout out. The people like it. Okay, that's it. We are done and dusted. Our show is coming to an end. Mick, thank you for joining us. I know you are sitting quietly in the corner, causing no trouble. Thank you very much.
It's always a pleasure to be on the show, and I suppose I'm one of the wise ones here amongst these lads. So I just soak it up and take it in. So I do. By the way, I didn't get my pilgrim's passport yet. And if anybody else happens to find that, they'll see Mick is on it, you might get a contact with the show. Is that okay? Is it?
It's a bit late now, isn't it? Mick decided to announce that out. Okay, thanks, Mick. Hector, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be here to talk to our listeners, to touch and reach out to our listeners, to involve them in our conversations.
What is going on with this guy? Is he trying to take over a show or something?
I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what he's doing. And to our listeners, I say, ciao. Eamon.
Well, there's not much I can say to follow up on this. Between passports, Hector's hellos, it's Eamon's goodbye, I think, here. And I hope everybody has a good week. Stay safe, I guess. Thank you for having me on the show. I look forward to coming back. We might have a bit of sense. You might give consideration to the cricket, because this is just lunacy stuff.
I don't think we're going to have cricket either, Eamon. But anyways, that's it. Thanks, lads. As always, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. And to you, our listeners, thank you very much for joining us on this week's show. We're glad that you were able to join us. Listen in. Thank you very much for subscribing to us. And please do mention us to your friends, family, work colleagues. Ask them to subscribe. And until next week, we hope that you have a nice couple of days, nice weekend, and that all is well wherever you are. And please do take care. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a good night. Stay safe, and we'll be back. Slán.